Sit next to. Okay.
Good morning. It seems to me, again, I love the delay that's here. So I think we're on track now. You got to hear my dog just got up, Max. So welcome again to Tea with Mama D this morning. And I hope that all of you moms who are watching had a beautiful, gorgeous, fabulous Mother's Day. The weather here in Chicagoland turned out to be a lot better than we expected, which is really nice. And it has been an incredibly wonderful, blessed weekend for me and in this house because my oldest two graduated from college. So Saturday was spent celebrating them. We also have a lot of family in town. So yesterday or Sunday, I guess it was, I'm losing track of my days now. Sunday was just a wonderful time. My mother-in-law is here, my father-in-law, brother-in-laws, sister-in-laws. So kids have cousins in town. So it's just really special. And I hope that you all had the same experience, that you got to just share and be with family and enjoy each other's company. So this morning, again, so much is on my heart and on my mind. But this morning I wanted to talk to you guys about motivation. I am speaking about usually every week, and I have all these topics I want to talk about and discuss with you guys. But lately, it seems I should be talking about this topic because I've been asked by not only parents about their children and all ages, elementary, high school, but I was also asked about adults. And it is intrinsically, right, a question that we all have. How do we motivate our kids? You see your children and they're, only wanting to play video games or only wanting to do this or not wanting to do anything. The same with adults, right? My husband and I talk about that a lot. We don't see a lot of motivation. He doesn't see a lot of motivation with people that, he manages. And so it's this constant discussion and this constant desire, I think we all have to see people motivated, right? I can't think of greater joy than when I see my children motivated and excited and learning, right? Because that's life. That's all of life. And I keep saying I have to learn this in Japanese. So my mother-in-law is here, so I'll have to ask her the saying in Japanese. But there's a saying that if you're not learning, you're dying. And that is so true, right? We are constantly learning. We have a natural curiosity. That is how we're made. Intrinsically, we're curious. One of my absolute mentors, I've mentioned John Taylor Gatto in the first Tea with Mama D. I'm going to mention Sir Ken Robinson if I didn't mention him in the first one. And he says it takes a lot and is quite a feat to get the curiosity out of children. And it saddens me because that is what our school system is doing in our country. Okay, so with all this pandemic, I'm coming back full circle to motivation, right? So in this pandemic, we have seen such a shift. And you parents are thrown into this circumstance of, okay, I never intended to be a teacher. I never intended, to have to homeschool my children. What do I do? How do I do it? My kids are so unmotivated. Well, Let me back this train up a few steps, because their motivation has been studied, as you can imagine. And there are studies after studies and scientific proof, however you want to phrase that, but really clear evidence that intrinsic motivation completely beats extrinsic motivation. Okay, so let me explain what that is just really quickly. So extrinsic motivation is the carrot approach or the stick approach, right? It's okay, I'm going to give you money, I'm going to pay for grades, I'm going to, we get paid for the job we do. And there is a very much a place for that. Absolutely. And what they've found is the place for extrinsic motivation is for routine, rudimentary, but also just mechanical tasks, right? Where you can, and measurable in a way. So where you can just say, okay, this needs to be done in this amount of time, and it's very mechanical and doesn't involve a lot of critical thinking, a lot of cognitive ability. Once you learn the skill, it's just implementing that skill. That is incentivized very much. That extrinsic motivation works just as well, maybe sometimes a little better. Okay. However, in the 21st century, if you haven't noticed, we have built a system here in the United States that all we have are followers and rote everything. Oh, here's another thing that kills creativity, kills motivation, is that our country has moved to a focus on testing and standardized testing as a measurement and as a way for our entire system to function. It's the way that the school systems, get a little piece of the federal government pie. And here's another issue, which I won't go into today because we're talking about motivating your kids. But it all blends in. So I'll probably continue this next week because it's just a huge topic. But for motivating children, how in the world would anyone think that it's motivating or feeding that natural curiosity to have a child all the way through high school? I'm not even talking elementary school kids only here, to sit in one place, try to focus for 8 hours a day, whether it's on Zoom and you're sitting there, and yeah, they can get up here and there, but that's about it. How in the world would you want to do that? I know I don't want to do that. Do I end up doing it some days? Yeah, but you know what? A lot of those days where I don't even get up, it's because I am excited and I'm delving in and I am, researching and developing things that I am excited about, right? There's a big difference. And when your child, that natural curiosity is not sparked, that ability to explore is not allowed, there goes curiosity. There goes the desire to learn. You throw on top of that our natural insecurities that are also bred by the fact that, let's say your child doesn't fit within the about 20% of kids who do well in this model of our education system, because there's no individualized learning in the United States. Please don't kid yourself. Yes, are there phenomenal teachers? You betcha. However, the system is also designed to not allow the best teachers to do what they do best. They can't do it within this system that we've created. Okay, so bear with me. So your child the teachers aren't allowed really, or they're allowed, but they're not able to spark that curiosity, right? And that motivation. So in order to help your child be motivated, right, you've also got to get past, as I was about to say, their natural inclination to feel like I'm stupid. I just can't learn, right? Because they don't fit within that 20% or so that can flourish under this model. So they're internalizing this false narrative of I'm not smart, I can't learn. At the same time, their curiosity is not being allowed to flourish. What is that Einstein quote, right? That says, oh gosh, it's about genius, right? And oh, I wish I could rattle it off. I always have this about, we're not all designed the same. Everybody would feel they're stupid, if a fish was told it had to climb a tree. Okay, so I paraphrase that, but you get my point, right? If a fish, right, of course the fish is going to be like, I'm stupid, I can't do this. Craziness. Okay, unfortunately, that's going to happen, and that carries into adulthood. All right, so let me package this for motivation and give you, as I know I'm ending my time here, to motivate. There are multiple things that need to happen in order to motivate. And one thing that is so important is some form of autonomy. Now, for kids, high schoolers, they don't need, right, complete, constant supervision, control, especially when it comes to the fact, like we talked about, we are born curious and creative. We're born curious and creative. And it's just a matter of allowing the space and the autonomy for kids to explore that and to delve in and to find new avenues, right? And your job as a parent, as a teacher, as a mentor, is to expose them to a variety of different opportunities to help spark that curiosity, right? But there has to be some autonomy there where you say, look, have a great time. Here, I'm going to carve out this time and this space for you. No obligation, no chores, no have to school. Go for it. Have fun. Okay. Number two, there has to be like a purpose. Okay. There has to be some purpose. And when the kids are younger, it's incredible. The purpose can be just the pure intrinsic motivation and excitement about learning something new and being able to share it with you. Create opportunities for your child to share, how they love to, perform. Or my kids used to love to do their restaurants, right? And they would, write the menus and prepare the food, and they'd all have different roles. And it was just a blast, right? So create that space and that purpose. When you're talking about high schoolers, so important to me. One of my favorite things to do with my teens and in the program, and the teens I'm working with now, it's just motivating to me to watch them find some purpose and excitement and desire and something they want to pursue, right? And so getting to that and understanding that. So you've got some autonomy. You need a purpose, right? You have to have that drive, okay? And that comes from the natural curiosity. And you also need to have and the ability to have a creative space and allow creativity and feed creativity, okay? And curiosity. So create an environment. The families I work with closely, that is a huge aspect of what I do after I, figure out personalities and learning styles. And, we really talk about the whole person, but is creating an environment that will spark and generate questions and curiosity and expose your kids to different things. And you can do that at home, right? Thank goodness everything's opening up more. But you can do that at home. So I know I'm ending my time here. I've gone a little bit longer because of our fun blips at the beginning. But remember to motivate 3 things, right? Create some autonomy, create a space that sparks that curiosity, and talk to your kids about like giving them a purpose. Talk to them about what their purpose is, what their goals are, what their dreams are, right? And help them really identify with that. What are their goals and purpose? And I'm talking all young, all the way down, right? And especially when they get to high school, there's so much pressure for these teens to figure out what they want to do for the rest of their lives. That's insanity, right? Insanity. So, all right, I have had a way too much to talk about and can't wait for you to join me again next week. Please tune in. I probably will continue to talk about motivation, but in a different context because it's huge. Oh, and I have to show you. So I got this gorgeous Polish pottery mug from my kiddos for Mother's Day. So I'm using that for my tea this morning. So I wish you a very wonderful and blessed day and week. And I will actually see you from a very special place next Tuesday for Tea with Mama D. I hope you'll join me. Take care. Bye-bye.